listening to Glory 93.9 FM, y'all. It's officially Girl Talk time. Woo, 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 woo. Pull that mic closer to you, Joe. Y'all, we made it. We a couple minutes late. We sincerely apologize. It's been a day, y'all. It's been a day. It's been a day. Joe, what you saying? What you saying? I can't call you Joe. Joinae, what you saying?
Mericha, I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, man. You know what? I am super.
Okay.
I cannot complain. God is kind. God is kind.
Yet,
God is kind to me, and I have no complaints. Absolutely none. Yeah, I have no complaints. Listen, y'all, this has been a long time coming. And we've been trying to get this thing together for a little while now.
Yes.
We really been trying. Like we've been trying, and we finally, we're finally here. We are finally here. Finally here. What you saying? All y'all tuning in, there's a whole 12 of y'all. So y'all gotta say something. Say something to us so we can know that you are in the room with us. Oh my gosh, a whole 14 of y'all. I don't even know what to say. Like y'all just can't on bad. Y'all coming in, y'all coming in, y'all coming in. Okay, so I ain't do this in a while. I don't even remember how to start the show. That's how long I do this. I don't even remember what I do. I don't remember what we talk about. I don't remember nothing. Okay, but I could do this. I can start like this. Ladies and gentlemen, my new co-host, Mistress Joinae Gibson. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this is season 4, episode 1 of Girl Talk. Is he really single?
It's a real question. Is he?
Is he really single? Now, of course, we're doing this one for our single ladies, but you know, our show is not going to be biased. It's not going to be one-sided. Which is the reason that I definitely had to bring my girl on, because there's so many girlfriends that I have that I could have brought on, but I wanted somebody young, but I also wanted somebody who was married. Glory to God.
Hiya.
Shando, Ibo Sha.
Ba, ba, ba.
So I wanted somebody who was married and somebody who, you know, who can kind of talk from the married perspective. And also, since Joinae has been on the show, she done had a baby. You had a baby. He's a big man now. We talking. He talking and he can't all bad. He's a big man. So I need y'all to make Joinae feel welcome, and she's gonna, you know, adjust and get used to being like live on radio, and so don't mind her acting cute now.
I feel the pressure. I really do.
Don't mind her acting cute. She looking fabulous because, you know, when she leave from here, she got to go to church and, you know, usher the presence of the Lord into the presence of the people. And so,
into the presence.
Yeah.
Go ahead, woman.
Yeah, because we like to say we ushering people into the presence of God, but truthfully, that's not what happens, because God dwells in the praises of his people. So what we really doing is ushering the people, ushering the presence of God into the presence of people. That's what we do.
Okay.
We don't take nobody nowhere because they know where to go. Ah.
Sure?
Hey. Anyway, we ain't come to talk that today, though.
Not today. We ain't going now.
We didn't come to talk that today, but all we have to tell you all about this stuff that we have going on here. So this girl talking, these two girly things. So we bought these bottles that we have. We bought them from Paper Clutch, and then we had Brene from BUT is bling them up for us. So you see, it says Girl Talk, and then it has our names on it, and we are just like all things girly, all things Girl Talk. Because, you know, we just like the ultimate feminists. Are we? I don't know.
That's my new
Are we feminists? I don't think so. No way.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Cup lover, yes.
Cup lovers.
Yes.
We love tinks. That's what we like. We like tinks. We like tinks, y'all. We like plenty tinks. Like tinks for days. Tinks for days. Now, Joinae, you're going to have to pull the mic dead close to you.
I mean, I could hear me.
No, you can't. Pull it, like fight. Yeah. Like I used to lift up, G.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, is that better?
That's much better. They can hear you much better now. Lord. Okay, so is he really single? I pull the mic back. Don't worry. Go ahead. You good. Oh, it ain't behaving.
No.
Pull the whole thing towards you. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. Okay, so is he really single? I have to admit, I threw this one on you. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I threw this one on you.
Last hour.
At the
Okay.
last hour, y'all, trust me, y'all, we have like 37 topics for the year. So
Probably
y'all
more
stay
than
tuned
that.
in the Girl Talk. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We got like 37 topics for the year. Hello to all of our listeners who are tuned in on live on Twitter, YouTube, who are listening on the radio via Glory 93.9 FM, and also our podcasters.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, so I threw this one on her because we have like 37 topics. Like we ready to do this. And I was like, Joe, I won't start with this one because this one a little close to me.
You're close.
It's just a little close.
I feel something.
Yeah, it a little close. It a little close. So is he really single? I don't even know how we're gonna deal with this topic. I guess we could start.
I'm waiting on you because I want to see. And from you hitting on me, so I say, okay, let me see how this could go. Okay.
I think that what we eventually will get to at the end of this is just to kind of give you some signs to figure out this dude single or not. Like, is he single or not? Like, is he?
Red flag.
Yeah, like let's look. See, that's a good one. Let's find the red
Red flag.
flags. The red
Red
flags.
flag.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just say that I had an experience. I had an experience. I had an experience where I was dating somebody, and I won't say when. And
Anybody even ask you when, Mericha?
So I had this experience. I was dating this person. This person purported themselves to be single at the time. And then, of course, because truthfully, this is real talk, because I am who I am, and I was who I was then, pretty well known then, not as well known as I am now, but very well known then. Um, when when a friend of mine saw me out on a date with this person, which would have been our second date, I think. A friend of mine saw me out on a date with this person, and I always tell people, y'all, listen, don't get my business. When I out on dates, I am interviewing people, so y'all don't connect me to this person. It's an interview.
Submit your resume.
It's an
Submit it
interview.
for me.
It's an
Okay.
interview, right? So it's an interview. So okay, so I was on this date with this person, and like this my friend who saw me on the date with the person, they was like, they came and they hailed me or whatever, and then they sent me this message like while I was still on the date that of course I didn't see until after the date because I don't really check my phone while I'm on
Right.
dates. So after the date, I check my phone, and he's like, but I think I know this dude from somewhere, but I don't know where I know him from. And he's like, anyway,
Red flag.
he's like, anyway, you looked really nice or whatever. And it was a male friend of mine, okay? A very dear male friend of mine. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. I said, I'm sure you'll figure it out or whatever. And I took no mind to it because I mean, we in the Bahamas, we Bahamians. I could see you with somebody and you could introduce me to a girlfriend of yours. And I'd be like, I feel like I know your face from somewhere because that's
Right.
what like but Bahamians
Right,
say. That's what
right.
we say. I feel like I know your face
I
from
know your
somewhere.
face.
Right. So he didn't feel like he didn't know this boy face from somewhere. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, one day, I met a message in my phone. I ain't gonna tell y'all if it was a text or WhatsApp because y'all ain't need to know what the time frame was. But let's say it was a message that came to my phone. Maybe WhatsApp didn't exist then. Who knew? Who knows?
Okay. We go with that.
Ah! Oh my gosh. What happened? What'd you say, Jessica? Red flag already? Because why people know you?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus.
Why
Listen.
people know you?
So I got a message on my phone. It was in the morning. I remember waking up in the morning and meeting this message on my phone. And the message said, All right. Sorry about that, guys. The audio is back. Okay. So, yeah. So, oh man. So let me see. What was the last thing y'all heard me say? Nicole Henderson Smith say, "This is a red flag because from you started the message, your sound was gone. Oh Lord, oh Jesus." What was the last thing y'all heard me say? Oh my gosh, the message
You got a
said,
text.
okay. Oh, so y'all ain't even have what it say. Okay,
Okay, the message
all right.
said.
So I got a text, and the message said, "Oh my gosh, sorry, my
Naturally, I
phone
see
going
you.
out too." So y'all stop messaging me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So I got a message from my friend, and my friend said to me that this, I remember where I know the guy face from. This my co-worker, boyfriend, and baby daddy. Yep. That's what went down. So I was like, okay. So I was telling Joinae, I ain't the type to pull a scene.
I can pull it.
I ain't the type to pull a scene. I am not the type to pull a scene. Joinae is the type to pull a scene.
I can pull it. I can pull it. And receipts.
Listen,
My friend. She know you or he know you.
right?
Get the receipts.
You can pull a receipt.
I pull it all. I pull it all.
Okay, so I listen. I didn't bring it up for the next 3 days. For the next 3 days, I watched his movements. I took note of when he spoke to me,
Mericha, that's a lot of
of
work.
how frequently we spoke. I took note of when he had to abruptly come off the phone, where he was, what he was doing,
Oh,
things
wow.
like that. Like I took note of all of these things, and I saying, based upon his behavior in this time of observation, I was like, if this dude would have another girl, he do not talk to her. He do not
Wow.
speak to her, and he do not spend no time with her. Because literally, I was actually not at a job during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was free in the day. And so this dude was at work, but like video calling me like while he to work all day, and like we just sitting on the video call. He doing what he doing, I doing what I doing. He come off the phone to walk in the corridor to work, so people don't see him on the phone in the corridor to work. And like literally 5 seconds later, sometimes 1 minute later, 3 minutes later, he calling me right back. He telling me I can come off the phone with you. I can go walk to my car. He come off the phone, walk to the car, calls me back. Go to the gym. I literally talking to him while he walking into the gym.
Wow.
When he come
That's
out the
major
gym,
deception.
he
All
called
right.
me. And I talking to him while he driving home, like whatever. Like it's like constant conversation.
Right.
So I trying to say to myself, like, hold on, like I don't understand. Like, where do you have time for this other woman if you do have this other
Right.
woman? Because I really was trying to analyze the situation. Because here's another thing. I don't believe in he say, she say.
Okay.
I believe in getting the information from the horse mouth. Because at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, and at the end of the day, I'm not in the relationship with my friend.
That's
and
right.
what my friend
I
has
agree with
said,
that,
I'm
yes.
trying to develop a relationship with this person.
Right.
So I need to figure out what's happening with
what the
me
real
and
story
this
is.
person.
Right.
So I did not overreact. I didn't flip out. I didn't carry on like, like one of them. What I did was
I am one of them. Okay, we'll go there. Okay.
So what I did was I analyzed it for the first 3 days. And then this is what I did. After the first 3 days, I dropped a little hint in there and I said, you sure you single? I said, you sure? I said, because I just, the line what I usually get, I threw it on him now.
Wow.
Because I just can't believe somebody like you is single.
Gee. Oh God.
That's what I did. I threw the line on him. This is after 3 days. Now we would have been talking for like 2.5 months by now, and we would have went on 2 dates. Okay. So some of you might say, well, how come y'all was talking for so long before y'all gone on a date? My philosophy is I ain't going out with somebody that I don't know. So I can need to talk to you for a little while before I entrust you with my life, because people just be shooting and killing and stabbing people and raping people, and people just go missing. And so that's just my philosophy.
Right.
I need to talk to you first and find out who your people is, just in case.
But the tricky thing about that is you could talk to someone for...
And no, you don't get to really know them. But here's what I want to know. I want to know your first name. I want to know your middle name. I want to know your last name. I want to know where you work. I want to know...
At least one family member.
Right. I need to know somebody who connected to you, like a friend or somebody, just in case you do something stupid.
Okay.
or just in case I come up missing, I
Okay.
could say to somebody, hey, call so and so because so and so know him.
Right.
That's just the way I
Right.
do it in 2020,
Two.
2020, 2020. From 2020, I
From
started doing that.
2020? Don't you mean like all your life?
All my life. All my life. Um. Okay, maybe like 2015.
Okay.
I would say I started doing that because
Okay.
that's when people started acting funny.
Mm,
But that's when I moved home.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was like open to dating then. Like when I first moved home, I wasn't. Anyway, we ain't talking about all that, right?
Fine.
Okay. So
What did he say?
so hold on, let me get this comment out.
You single? You could
You
kill.
sure you sing a Bridgie? You could
You could kill.
So anyway, so I was like, you sure you're single? You know, I need to know, questions that need answers. You understand?
All right.
Questions that need answers. So I asked him the question and he was like, why you ask me that?
Red flag.
Defensive. We got very
Red
defensive.
flag.
Got very defensive. So he's like, why you asking that? I was like, no, because just like how, and I showed a line. I said, remember the first couple of days when you meet me and you was like, yeah, I got to marry you now.
Right.
Because you can't believe somebody like me single. I was
So
like,
why are you
this
single?
me. Sweet words on my tongue. I just can't believe like
I
a
can't believe
man
it.
that is as amazing as you are
You?
and like as accomplished
You were amazing.
as
sir.
you are. Like, I just can't believe that you're single. Like, wow, like this is just like my mind is blown. And I was like, I know you told me you have.
I want to know this response
Listen to
so
me.
bad.
I was like, listen to me. And I made, listen to me. I watered this thing. I buttered this right up. I said, and I know you told me that you have one child. It's like, you sure it's just one? So he was like,
Gee.
why you keep asking me these questions? I was like, I just asking.
You kept your face straight just like that?
Straight. No emotions. Like, just like, because I want to find out the information.
Right.
So listen to me. This dude lied to my face. You hear me? Straight to my face. And he said to me, I telling you, he's like, I single and I just, the same. I thank the Father for running into somebody as amazing as you.
Father.
He thanked the Father.
Why did you bring God into this?
He thanked the Father.
He thanked the Father.
And he said that, the Father. And I say, Lord, what is this? This man lying straight to my face. I still ain't bring it up yet, So I said, but you know what? I said, you know what? God definitely works in mysterious ways. And I let this thing ride for like...
You have time, Mericha.
Yeah, no, I did. I let it ride for like another, I would say 9 days. It was like 8 or 9 days. 8 or 9 days. And then one day I said to him, I said, hey, so somebody came to me. I said, I told you, who I am or whatever, and you've gotten to know me for a little while. I said, somebody came to me and mentioned that you are not single, that you're in a relationship. Here's the response that I got. The response was, I need to gather all the information first before I could answer you.
Foolishness. Foolishness. Right. Too much patience. Yes, Alyssa. Too much patience. I trying to figure what she's dealing with right now. Make it make sense.
Oh, no, I remember, boo. I remember exactly what he said. No, I remember the situation because I just couldn't believe it. I was in awe. I was in shock. Because he said he needs to gather the information first before he can answer me. So I'm thinking to myself, what information?
I asked you a question.
What is it that you need to gather before you can answer my question? Either you're single or not. Either you have a child or you don't. Like there's no like.
So Mericha, within this 2 months,
right?
At no time this child pop up.
No.
That's a red flag because they're not being.
And this was around Christmas time too, so that's important for you to know.
2 months.
Christmas. This was like Christmas leading into my birthday, so
you could call me now. I'm not with my baby, and you hear him in the background. I feel like, what kind of daddy are you?
My thing is how you could lie about a whole child.
How could you not be around your child for 2 months?
Like, how could you lie about a whole human? Not just one human, 2 humans here, because we're talking about a whole girlfriend and a child. Okay? A whole girlfriend and a child.
Garnetcha Fitness said, I think he was actually feeling him and was hoping it wasn't true 9 days. No.
Actually, to be honest with you,
Benefit of the doubt, eh?
No, it wasn't a benefit of the doubt thing. I really am like I became this person. I wasn't always this person. I became this person because of experiences where I don't lash out, and I
Mm.
am not reactive. I'm responsive. And I had to become that person because I realized that reacting all of the time is not always productive
Mm-hmm.
when you want to salvage a relationship.
Right.
And the thing is, during that time, and I live this philosophy even more now. I have to remember that at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, I'm a woman of God, and I have to
Right.
minister to people.
Right.
And so my name can't be out there in the street
Mix up.
saying that Mericha cut a movie.
We should cut a whole movie
And my name is too uncommon
in the parking
to
lot
be cutting movies. You understand what I'm saying?
on the people show.
So it might seem strange, my approach and like how I handled the situation, but the reality of the matter for me was that I was thinking,
Cartoons in the background. Right. Right.
I was thinking about at that time, like who I knew I was going to be and where I was trying to go in
But
life.
Marisha, 9 days?
9 days.
Why couldn't
I'm
why
very patient.
why couldn't
I'm
be
a very
two?
patient person, you know.
But why couldn't be two?
Why I couldn't be two? No, because I needed to make some observations. Because now I needed to see like how in the world you fitting in time for two women and two children. How you
Also, no, also it's two.
two children? Because this I knew about one. I knew
But
about the
so the
older
one
one, but the new child was a younger child.
oh
So like I'm trying to figure out how you fitting in two baby
oh
mothers, two baby mothers, somebody who you're supposed to be talking to. Like, listen to me. Like, so, oh my gosh, y'all killing me with these comments. Maybe the girl was in a relationship with him, but he wasn't with her. But a whole child he hit. Nah, listen to me. Sandy, you gone ahead of me because that's what I found out. I eventually found out that the girl was in a relationship with him, but he wasn't in a relationship with her.
How does that work? Help me understand.
Mom, I don't know. But either way,
What does that mean?
if you have somebody out there who thinking that they are in a relationship with you, but you are not in a relationship with them, that's an issue. And so
Yeah, bro, that's it.
eventually I had to walk away from this situation.
Jesus
Y'all,
didn't
I
wait that
can't.
long to go raise Lazarus.
Y'all, I can't. I can't. I can't. Alyssa say no need for a scene.
No
Nicole
need?
says, because she probably did the night shift. No man, she working the day. I can't tell you whether she did work, but she working the day. Jesus didn't wait that long to raise Lazarus. Really, Deontay? Really?
Honestly.
And oh hey, Mom Debbie say a good name is better to be chosen than great riches. Listen to me,
I
Mom.
agree.
I only got one name, and I
One-
can't
one
let no
good name.
man have my name all in the streets. He can't have my name in the
No.
streets.
No.
Oh my gosh. What does Darrison say? I guess he was trying to make you the main priority. I don't care. I really
How?
don't care.
How?
Say walk away. I was running away. Sadie just laughing. Oh my gosh. Nicole said he led her to believe she was. Yes, he did. And that's
Yeah.
the issue. The
Yeah.
issue was
Yeah.
he led her to believe that she was still with him.
Wow.
And that's the problem. That was
with,
the issue.
with a new baby.
Yeah, with a 2-year-old.
No, so the two babies belong to the same.
So the other child was like 14. All right. Janelle say definitely a spirit of confusion. God didn't want that for you.
no,
babe. No, he
that's
didn't.
not what the Lord
And
said.
listen, we honor the Lord.
Thank you.
We honor the Lord. Hey, Sandy, yes, from Anguilla. That's my friend from Anguilla. We
Hi.
met years ago. And hey, Telsey, thanks so much for tuning in. So that's kind of like what sparked this conversation today, that story. So I'm gonna, with the help of my co-host, because she's gonna ask me some more questions.
Right, because I have a ton. I have a ton because
I can see her bubbling, y'all.
I have a ton because I mean you have to be a special kind of skillful liar to 2 months.
Right.
No baby in sight.
Right.
No baby mama in sight.
Mhm.
And even if you wanted to deceive me, you could
Mhm.
have said, okay, well, I have a baby mama. She crazy. No, that's always a
Right.
line. She crazy and she thinks she's in a relationship with me,
Right.
but I'm not really interested in her. So if you hear this, then this is,
Right.
about
Mhm.
that. But it's the 2 months for me, and it's the 9 days that really messed me up because
Okay, so these questions, what do you have? What do you want to know?
how did that make you feel?
It hurt. Not like from him to me, kind of perspective, but it hurt in that during that time I wasn't really interested in opening my heart up to anybody.
Right.
So like here I was like opening my space up to an individual, and I felt like it was violated.
Right.
So I felt violated. I felt deceived. Did I cry about it? I'm trying to remember because I am a crybaby. I feel like I did. I feel like I cried about it, but not over him. I cried about the situation
Right.
because of how it made me feel. It made me feel less than.
Great.
It made me feel less than. So
I'm
yes, I
I'm
did.
thinking for the average young woman
Mm-hmm.
who is trying to
Mm-hmm.
eventually be married,
Mm-hmm.
and or let's say someone who just came out of a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
and now, okay, we're trying to get back into the dating pool,
Right. Right.
and something like that happens. What advice do we give? What can we say? Because in your situation, there were no red flags.
No.
The only red flag came up when your friend
Right.
said,
Pointed it out.
and thank God the friend
Listen to
say,
me. I thank God for my
because
friends.
and especially some friends, they be like, child, that's your business.
Right. And
I'm
they
not
wouldn't
getting in
bother
that.
it. But this friend
And they'll
was
wait till you find and be like, Mericha, I
yeah.
always knew that, but I didn't know how to say.
Exactly. No, I
I
have
ain't a
good
friend.
friends
I can
around
tell
me.
you. I can tell you. I can tell you.
Listen, I have some friends who would have pulled scene in public if I didn't let them. And honestly, that friend wanted to pull a scene, but I just didn't let them. And now I have another one. Jesus help me, Lord.
No, because I feel like you're wasting people time.
Yes.
Honestly, at the end of the day,
Yes.
if you don't want to be married, if you don't want to be with one person, stop dating people.
Yes.
Like, just or if you want to date, make it known that, listen, I'm not into no long term anything. We can respect that because you
Right.
say,
Because you up front, and then I
I
could just go the next way because I ain't interested in that either.
right. That's my issue.
I'll say this. I'll say that a major part of it for me during that time was why it was easy for me to get over it. Is one of the things was bad. One of the bad things that made it easy for me to get over it was that I was in a really apathetic place at that time, so I really didn't care. Like I just didn't care about anything. Like I was in a numb place. Like I had to force myself to feel emotions during that time. Like I said, I wasn't interested in being with anybody. It was kind of something that just came across me.
Right.
Like during a time in my life where I just was, I don't know, Jesus was doing a real work in me, and it was a fight because I really wasn't letting him do what he needed to do.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand.
So I was very apathetic. However, what I will say that like made it easy for me to, I guess you could say, to deal with the situations was I recognized that it didn't have anything to do with me. It didn't have everything to do with that person.
Right.
Like the way the situation ended, like the fact that he lied to me, that he was dishonest, it was not a reflection on who I am. It was it was solely a reflection on him.
Right.
And I also realized too that I failed as a believer, because I am a believer, I failed to invite the Holy Spirit into the situation from the beginning.
I was on my way there.
And so because I didn't consult God about it, and I didn't really take it very seriously enough to consult him about it, that was the next thing. Because if I had,
that's a red flag for you, because
yes,
I'm obviously not as interested as I should be.
Exactly. If I don't even consult God, like I know, and it's true. Like, and I told you, it was definitely reflective of the place that I was in. So, like, I just was like, you know what? I should have talked to God about you, because then it would have been a waste of time.
Right.
But then, to be honest with you, during that time, I didn't want to talk to God about nobody, because I wasn't interested in being with no one. I wanted to be by myself.
Understood.
And this dude would walk into my life and try to take over. And I was like,
try to take over, and you have baggage, so
let's get some more of these comments in before you ask me another question. Okay, so Deontay just putting up the red flags. I agree. Nicole says, I had a man tell me that he goes back because she's convenient.
Where you see that? Oh,
wow. That's powerful. And that's loaded. Go ahead.
And I think too, men go back because they're not getting what they would get from the other female from you.
Right.
So being a godly woman, being someone with morals and having a standard, or saying, okay, I'm not interested in doing all of this right now. This is where I am, and this is what I bring to the table.
Right.
Okay, you're not you are my future, but I want to hold on to my past for a bit because that's fun.
Right.
Future requires me to mature.
Yes.
It requires me to be honest. It requires me to,
Be
you know,
vulnerable
right.
and to be accountable as well.
Can I say honest again? Right. Okay.
Chelsea say 9 days after you. Oh Jesus Lord,
Mm.
y'all
It's the
just
9 days. I promise you, the story would have been fine without the 9 days. I promise you, I'd have been all right. 9 days.
Oh my
No, but
God.
that don't include the 3 she waited
No.
after.
Yeah, that don't include the 3. So
Mm-mm.
it's like 12 days. So it was almost 2 weeks. I know it was almost 2 weeks for sure. You are very right, Miss Joinae, because yeah, communication is so important.
Yeah, it's key.
Nicole says certain questions should be asked and answered from the beginning. Correct. And people refuse to be truthful because it wasn't like I didn't
Right.
ask this.
Right.
It wasn't like I didn't ask this. And then, one of the lines that he threw at me that listen to me, I couldn't get it out of my head. This was the line. How come you in mine yet? All right.
Red flag. You don't sound like a scammer. You don't sound like a scammer.
You should have let them. You didn't deserve that. Some women, I won't lie, deserve that. Wow. Whoa, that's heavy. Because they out there doing the same thing. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Wow, y'all have some heavy comments.
Listen, it's a lot.
Say
9 days. I can't remember your name. Who are you? Who are you again?
9 days. I can't even remember your name. Oh my gosh. You actually say men also go back because women allow them back.
Agreed.
You are a gem and not an option. Listen to me.
Agreed.
I think that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned from that, and that like completely shifted my perspective when it came to dating as a single woman. Like, I am a priority. I am not an option.
Right.
When you are pursuing me, you are either pursuing me fully or goodbye, because I'm the prize.
What does it say? I don't remember your name. That was heavy for me. I don't remember your name.
Oh my gosh. Xavier say, man, I come late and don't know what 9 days means. Oh my gosh.
Hashtag 9 days. We need to put that up there. Please. We should please fix that. 9 days hashtag.
Trying to say she missed the whole story. Y'all have to go back and listen.
You have to go back.
Yeah, we can't go over those stories.
You missed one, Regia. She said it's based on their morals. I agree.
Yes.
You have some men who just
and
women because you don't want to only get one side. But
Nicole say sorry. Girl, you missed the whole story.
12.
It's actually 12.
It's actually 12. And Nicole, it took me a minute to realize that because I'm saying, okay, 9 days. Okay. But we didn't deal with the 3 before that.
Oh my gosh, the 3. Listen, you need time. See, this is what I did. I decided. Okay, we have to stop paying attention to the comments. Okay. We pay attention to the comments.
It's so good.
We got to talk and then we can go back to the comments.
You see the hashtag 9 days?
The hashtag 9 days. Buddy.
Hashtag 12 days. You got 12 good days.
And that ain't even our hashtags for today. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I also learned from the situation too was I learned that like I wanted to be with someone. That's what I learned. Because remember I said during that time I wasn't really on nobody run. But the fact that I was able to open up myself to this person. And here's the thing that I left out. I don't want to make it seem like this person was being horrible to me. This person was a really decent guy.
That's the problem for me.
And that's
the problem,
because
how do you detect someone who's being so nice?
Listen, this dude was nice, genuine. He was supportive of my crazy life
and
during
Satan
that time.
Has disguised himself.
Oh my god,
as an angel of light.
My life wasn't as crazy as it is now then, but it was still pretty busy, and pretty demanding. And I noticed something too during that time. Like men think that women just out there twiddling their fingers waiting on them.
Right.
And I don't know if some of you women are out there doing that, but I'm definitely not a finger twiddler.
Maybe it's portrayed that way. They give them a lot of time.
I
just was waiting on your call.
No, like I have a job.
Where were you all my life?
I have a job. I have things to do. Like
I have places to go in my life.
Places to go. I have things to God bless. So, like, no, focus. We can read them later. Focus. I know they on fire. So
I read it to pieces.
So listen to me. I I like I said, I learned my value, I learned my worth, but I was encouraged by this person because he was helping me. He was helping me.
Marisha, you deep.
Listen, I remember because I wasn't driving the car that I was driving now. I was driving my previous vehicle.
Mhm.
And I had an issue with the vehicle. The vehicle wasn't working. It broke down on the side of the road. I'd never forget the day. The car would not turn over. Like I had to hold the key in the ignition
Wow.
to keep the car on.
Wow.
And I ended up on the side of the road. And I remember calling him and saying, hey, like
I stuck.
I stuck on the side of the road. And he said, where are you? And I told him where I was. He came, he stayed with the car, gave me his car and tell me, go where you have to go because I had somewhere to go. He's like, go where you have to go. I could deal with the car. And the next day, he brought the car to me with it being able to drive. So this is not a horrible person.
It's confusing.
This is not a horrible person.
This
You
is
understand what I'm
confusing.
saying?
So
Exactly.
when he said he needed time to gather information,
I don't know what information he was gathering. Let's get
okay, no,
Let's get some more comments. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I guess I gotta go back. So Nicole says, girl, you in the spready, shut your mouth.
Mm.
Y'all really 12.
12.
Correction.
Hashtag.
12 days. 12 days. Oh, sorry. Telsey says no. 9
Hashtag
days.
9 days.
After 3 days.
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you for clearing that up. He could kill. He could kill.
That's what he said. He could kill.
He could kill from
Oh
you
my
could carry my car.
gosh.
Give
Listen
me
to
your car.
Listen to me.
And you ain't scared because when your baby mother probably
No.
see me
No.
in your car.
No. No.
You ain't scared.
Listen,
Something off of
God,
that story, Mericha.
God always exposes. Shauna say, it's always the decent ones, Lord. They dry eye. The decent
Wow.
ones. Others to say 12 days. Others to say, okay, now I see why you wait 9 days. So
I
y'all
was-
getting the picture now.
No, Alyssa. No. No.
Deontay say master manipulator.
Master.
Oh my God. How you pronounce your name?
Godnetra.
Godnetra. Okay, Godnetra says, I'm happy that you noted from the beginning that you were a Christian when this happened. Sis, nice or not, I have to call up my sisters. Y'all pray. Oh my gosh. It sounded like that was going to be a movie. That's going to be a movie. No, but for real, like he was.
Mericha, something is off about that story.
He is but he was the ultimate gentleman.
But it's the response to me. Like, let's dissect that response. What do you mean you need time to gather that information?
Okay, so that part, that.
What are you saying to me exactly?
Woo. I didn't know what to do with that. I remember sitting there thinking to myself,
What do you mean?
What
you mean? Is that
does
like
that
your
mean?
escape plan?
Like, okay, so what do you
what
mean?
did you say to that? Did you say okay?
I burst out laughing, girl. I burst out laughing.
That's confusing to me.
I burst out laughing, and then I asked again. So I said, "You're not gonna answer me." I said, "Because I really asked you a yes or no question. Are you in a relationship with this girl who supposedly is your baby mother, and do you all have a 2-year-old? Like, simple as that.
What information you gather?
Like,
when the baby born?
Would you need to figure out? What is it?
Who's the daddy? That's what you need to figure out.
So
that don't make sense to me. It's just something off of that story. I'm telling you, something off of that story.
Long story short, of course, I'll tell you this, and this is something that like I have to check myself concerning because I have to make sure that my motives are always right. But this is something that I take pride in that like I can still talk to him to this day. Like I could walk up to him.
Hey, what's up?
And he could see me and he has respect for me and I have respect for him. Like it wasn't like a nasty, like, oh, I don't want to have anything to do with you for the rest of my days situation. I just said to him, I said, you know what? I can't trust you. You were dishonest with me at the beginning. So there is no future because you were dishonest with me.
So what do you do with someone, let's say he kept on like pursuing you after
He did.
That?
He did. He kept on. He actually pursued me for about almost a year after that. He kept going. And I was like, you know what? I have this thing. I have friends who don't agree with me, and that's fine. But I have blocked one person from my social media in my entire life. One person. One. And the reason that I blocked this person is because they threatened my life.
Okay.
They were an actual stalker and like they threatened my life. Outside of that, I don't care how sour a relationship goes between me and a person. I don't give them the power over my life where I have to block you.
Honestly, you sound like my pastor. Everything she said, Joinae, it's a soul.
I'm sorry.
It's a soul, someone you can win.
Exactly. And you don't get that kind of power over
Lord,
me.
change my perspective.
You don't get to tell me to remove you from my life. You don't get to do that. I choose. I make that decision. So
Call me block.
Stop it. So I don't make it a habit of blocking people because here's the thing. I need you to see how amazing God is in my life after you did what you did to
Agreed.
me. Number one.
Agreed. I can
Number
I can
two.
level with you there.
Number two, I need to be able to come back to you and minister to you because I have to become all things to all men that some may believe. So if I can't speak to all men because I have these rifts and these tiffs.
No, because I block them. You're the talk that. Because I block them.
Because I block them, then, no. So I'm sorry. I know y'all might say Mericha crazy or whatever, or all of these things that going on in y'all head.
Honestly, Mericha, I agree with you and I understand your point. I totally agree with that. The Christian perspective. But at the end of the day, you're a woman.
I am.
And
100%. No additives, no preservatives.
As a friend, I wouldn't want to see my friend hurt.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, when we go home, when we're not in the studio,
right,
these things play in our mind.
They do. And
it can potentially hurt your next relationship. It could cause trust issues. It can cause you not even want to. God sends the right person, and because of the trauma from this previous situation, I can't trust you. You lie to me, and you know how women go. I'm just saying because I'm at this my first thought.
Yeah.
Or this going too good, something wrong. This going too good. This is going too good, and we got to go to God 3-day fast. God, what do you say? What are you saying concerning this thing, God? And God got to come on a pillar of cloud and reach. So this is the one that I've sent because we ain't dealing with the trauma. And although we want to take the mature approach,
yes,
at the end of the day, this could potentially hurt your next relationship, and that's the piece that's the issue for me because you were mistreated.
I was.
You were mishandled, deceived. And then you have the audacity to continue to pursue a year later for a year.
It was on and off, like every couple of months. I would get a little hit up, like a little message.
No,
he'd try to voice call me or video call me.
But Mericha, but the thing is, a lot of women aren't like you.
No.
And although you may have taken that approach, let's say someone did. Okay, I'm just gonna, it's a soul, the Christian lady. It's a soul. But at the end of the day, they traumatize.
Do what you could handle. That's what I say to that. Because here's the thing. I wasn't always like this. I had to mature to this place because of the platform and the assignment that God has called me to.
To ask another question, what do you see in me that make you feel like you could just come in my life and deceive me like that? Who sent you? Like all these questions in my mind, like what do you see on me?
I asked myself that very same question.
What do you see on me that make you feel like
because here's the I guess you could say the part where I will complicate this conversation. This is not the first time that this has happened to me, and this time wasn't the last time either.
That's a spirit. I don't care what nobody's saying. I just saying that's a demon.
So
that gotta be a demon because ain't no way.
I'll tell you one thing. It's definitely so ingrained in our culture that we don't even realize
that's a demon.
How disgusting it is. It's like so ingrained in our culture. Let me get some more of these comments. Jessica say, stay focused. Stay focused, Joinae. She's telling you to stay focused.
I focus.
Alyssa say, sorry, Miss Joinae, forgive me.
It's all right, Alyssa.
Who said it and how much they tell you? What's she talking about?
I mean, the person who told you.
Yeah. DNA, he needed time. He needed time.
That's what he needed time for.
I got with y'all.
If persistence was the person.
Listen to me. If persistence was the person. Look here.
But it's the cap locks.
You ought to like say,
call me
blocker. Regia say block. Jessica say, I can say with confidence that God has anointed me with a block and delete spirit. My God.
Anoint my head with block and delete.
Persistent distraction.
Mm.
Nicole says it's a quickening spirit for me too.
That's the blocking and delete spirit, right?
I'm going to protect my peace, and you'll have to watch from a distance. I've learned I'm not called to everyone, so block and delete. That's good. That's good, God nature. That's really good.
That's a little tight.
So Deontay say, I'm a soul too.
You win. That is true. That is true. But I would say, who is the more mature person?
Ah,
Because although you may be a soul, you may still be a little bit more mature
yeah.
than that person, and God will train you how to maneuver in that.
God nature says she agrees with you. And Giselle says, so what is the test that you had to learn? Why did it show up again? So the next two times it showed up, and I'll be open and honest. The next two times it showed up after that, I have to be careful how I say this. In part, it was my fault, but I'm not going to take full responsibility for somebody's deceit.
Okay.
So the fact that it caught me off guard, I'm going to take responsibility for that. It was my fault.
So the other two times
that it happened after that was my fault because
was this another situation where you didn't consult God, or was it
no? In the next two situations, I consulted God. He said no, and I still went on the date.
okay? All right.
I still went on the date.
That settles
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you for ending that really
Okay,
quickly
that
because I needed
settles
that to
that.
end.
That settles that.
So yeah. But I've had successful dates since then.
Okay.
When I say successful, I mean like
Non-deceit.
non-deceitful, straight up, and then like a serious, like sober conversation. Like,
Okay.
okay, based upon who you are and who I am, we just don't fit,
Oh,
and that's okay.
I appreciate that.
That's
We
okay,
don't waste anyone's
and we don't
time.
waste time. I've had dates like that where like I've been talking to a guy for like a few weeks, and then we go out on a date, and then we talk and look at his life, looks at my life, and he look
It
at
just
my
won't
life
work.
and be like, yeah, and I look at him and I'd be like, no, it's not gonna work.
It just won't work.
And I definitely want to address that in a future show. And it just popped up in my head. I don't know if we have this as a topic, but we need to talk about this situation about our girlfriends who marry and these men they ain't attracted to physically,
Oof.
just because they want to get married.
It's better to marry than to burn.
But you can't burn if you're unattractive physically. How you burn it? Which how you ain't nothing exciting.
I think it's in the moment. Everything seems good in that moment until
you was gonna marry your husband if you wasn't attracted to
I
him.
love that.
Exactly. Exactly. How we out here?
That is what I
No,
love.
like seriously, like how we out here doing that? Like, and so we can talk about that.
Do you want to say please talk about that?
We're gonna talk about that because no, we need to talk about that. We need to address that.
I mean, I feel like it's a pressure. I feel like a lot of times
right,
say,
and then you end up cheating on your spouse,
and then they say things like, "He's good for you. Where you're going, this is what you need."
If God, like you said, don't come down with a pillar of cloud and say, "Join me, this is your husband." Like, how you just up in here just settling, babe? Like. So we can talk about that.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
We're gonna address that in the future.
Yes.
No, we gotta talk about this because
that runs deep.
No, that's a serious
that
thing.
Runs deep.
Because in those situations we end up sitting like a little porcelain doll, like looking all good, and then you just looking all good by yourself.
We look good.
Anyway, so I think that this conversation today, like it brings up some of the dishonesty that happens in dating. And you know what I realized too? I wasn't completely honest with him as well.
What were you not honest about, Mericha?
I was not honest with him about where I was.
In terms of?
The fact that I was not interested in not talking to nobody.
You should have said that. Maybe you would have not.
Like, I was not honest with him. So I wasn't fair with him either.
Mericha, that's still no excuse.
I know that's not. Listen, I didn't say that to make an excuse, but I'm telling you that the situation exposed my dishonesty as well.
You're already making me mad.
I know I can see it.
You're making me mad.
I see your hands together.
Keep making me
Y'all can't see her hands, but underneath the camera, her hands together. And I letting y'all know that's a sign that like she ready to.
Mad. I'm upset because, I feel like that's someone's child. That's someone's life that you are messing with.
Yeah.
And like, where is your heart? Do you have a heart?
Do you have a soul?
Where is your compassion? Where is your compassion? Where is it? Because my heart alone.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Let me see what Giselle says. Giselle says, we answered that question again. So Nicole says, Mericha, can I tell you that a lot of men will pursue you because you aren't out there? No man can say anything about you. You're also a personality. That's very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. And I try my best to make sure that my name is not out there as a woman. I try to make sure that like there there will never be a rumor about me that I'm gay because people will know that I'm not a lesbian.
Jesus. Jesus.
But people will wonder, well, if she ain't a lesbian, like who she's be with? Because you
Right.
will never see me post a
Right.
picture
Right.
with me and somebody unless
And that's another thing.
we could talk about that. Why
What
you
if-
posting?
What if you posted him?
No, I don't post.
No, but Mericha,
I
there are
ain't, I
some
ain't a
people.
yeah. Some people it's post, but I ain't a poster. You know what I can post? 2 rings, buddy. Not even one. 2. 2 rings. Listen to me. When y'all see me post a man, know that I have 2 rings on my finger, not 1, 2
But Mericha, there are some ladies
or 3
that-
because you know there's coming 3s.
Yes.
3
Stack
more
the ring.
than 2.
More than 2.
Yes,
Mericha, there are ladies that love dating and love to post. And well, I think it's because they don't have that much to lose.
Yeah, but even if you don't have something to no,
No?
you have something to lose. I don't care if you was a janitress. You have something to lose.
But that's only based on how you perceive you.
So the problem is
How
we
I
gotta
look at-
talk to our girlfriends about their personal perception of
and
themselves.
how do you value yourself?
Because you gotta know,
No,
No.
the answer.
there is a
So there's no-
reward for people to connect you and associate you to me.
Mm.
That's a reward. That's like a party.
Wow.
Like that's like me throwing a party for you.
Right.
The day that I post you, or like the day that somebody walks up to me,
Or maybe they hope
somebody walks up to me and I at the mall or I in a restaurant and you see me introduce you to somebody, that's a
Mm.
reward. Because even if
Wow.
I'm on a date, I interviewing somebody, I don't introduce you to nobody.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Wow.
And then this person see you robbing a bank and be like, oh, they was out
it was
with,
with Mericha.
with Minister Mericha. No, because I ain't know you yet.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I no, and you might say I rude, but no, that's my philosophy. If I run into somebody and I'm out on a date, I don't even introduce. You have to introduce yourself.
Wow.
Female, male, dog, cat, rat, I don't care.
Is it?
No. Because and I want to make sure that people understand that like I'm not thinking highly of myself. I have
Mhm.
God's reputation to protect.
Right.
And for me, that is my number one priority.
Right.
God's reputation. Who does God say that I am and who has God called me to be? That is my number one priority.
I agree.
And the man who comes into my life has to have a direct covering in line with that. So if you can't cover who I am in God, then you're not the man for me.
You definitely can't cover being
Deontay
accepted.
said, please talk about that.
Yes, we really
Nicole
need
said,
to.
yes, talk about it. We can talk about that. Giselle said, now that's the show. Yes, let's have that talk. Like, sis, what you doing?
What you doing?
Kirkwood says, a date that feels great is like a good dinner until you see the mess in the kitchen. My God, that's poetry. I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Are you a writer?
That's really nice, Kirkwood. Can you also talk about the men who are upset when you don't settle for them? My Jesus. Because it's real.
It's there.
It's real. God, need you say, look how y'all have me scheduling my appointments around the show.
Please.
Love it.
Please.
Do it,
Please.
please. Sometimes we meet people at different stages in life where they're filtering through their previous life. I agree. Now, do we have the patience to work with that person and take it for face value? And I think that's where the Holy Spirit comes in. What do you say, Joe?
I agree with that. Because see, me, I am very discerning. I'll feel you out for months. I'll feel you out for months. And that's not even just relationship, that's friendship as well. I feel like when you, like we mentioned, when you know your value and when you know where you are in your life and where you want to go, sometimes it takes a little time to get there, but are you willing to take that step? Are you willing to wait?
Yeah, like, and that's something that you need to reason with within yourself. You know,
I don't know. I don't know.
Shantae say wouldn't even post an engagement.
No,
no, Shantae, no, Shantae.
Get the papers.
Shantae, I need them documents signed from the registrar.
I
mean that. Like, I need, and I ain't gonna lie. Y'all probably could say y'all go watch my page and see what I do. I mean, I serious about this.
Mericha, do it.
I
ain't gonna lie.
2 to 3 rings. 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Casey says, but why is it a double standard for women wanting to be introduced? Most times, if a woman is out with a man that she's with, she would feel some sort of way when the man doesn't introduce
I feel
her
like he's trying to hide
to
something.
whoever he interacts with. I agree with you. It is a double standard, but guess what?
I think it's based on status too.
Guess what? You know how many double standards exist in this world that we have to put up with as women? There's one for y'all as men, and that's the way I see it.
Wow.
Because
That's a rock.
as women, we work in jobs and with the same jobs as men, and y'all getting paid more than us. And I feel like that's a double standard. I feel like that's unfair because in most cases, we doing the same thing that you doing and we
Right.
getting paid less just because we name female and you name male.
Wow.
So the world is filled with double standards and it's not fair. And so I'm sorry,
Life is not fair.
Casey, life ain't fair, and that's
just
my
the way it
standard,
is.
and that's the way I said it.
Mm.
Now, if he feels as though he's bold enough to introduce himself to that person, I'm not going to be like, oh no, don't introduce yourself. I'm not
Mhm.
going to do that because that's rude. But no, I interviewing you. This is an interview.
Mm-hmm.
This date is an interview. This is not the start of a relationship. This is
Right.
an interview. I'm getting to know you, getting to know all about you. You know the song.
Mhm.
Wow, I gotta introduce you to the Sound of Music. So,
Oh
so no, I am not. I am not introducing you. I'm not. In fact, the only reason my mother will know your name is just in case I come up missing.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Are you lucky if you make it to mom? Because we gotta tell our friends, Joe, this is this person.
Exactly.
If anything
You
go left,
understand.
you find my mommy.
Exactly.
And I had a friend who I used to do that with.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like no.
Listen, if I turn up missing, oh my god. Holy
Child,
Ghost.
listen to me. Stephanie says Shante Bastian posted after the wedding and the wedding 6 months later. Deontay saying, if you don't have time to feel people out, I don't think you have time to date. Very true. You need to take the time. Latoya McKinney says, LOL, I'm with you, Minister Mericha Walker. Absolutely no posting. 2 rings and up. Two rings and up, buddy.
Where the rest of the ring?
1 ring?
Well,
1 ring, and you want engagement video get post after the wedding. We'll do a gradual process. We'll post all the dating pictures after we get married.
Yes.
We'll post all the dating pictures. Then we'll post because we can take the pictures now. We just ain't posting them.
We can take them. We just ain't putting them out.
We just ain't putting them out there. When we get engaged, we can have the whole engagement dramatic thing, and we'll post that. After the wedding, and then we'll post the wedding.
As a matter of fact, at the wedding, we'll do a video.
We just do a video presentation for everybody. Shante said, as you should. Casey, let me hear what you say. You may interview him, and the person you introduce him to wants an interview too. Casey, tell the truth, please. Please tell the truth. That's how it is be out here in these streets. I feel like Joinae will follow you.
Loose me, let me go free, please.
Follow you just in case you need to cut a movie. No, I ain't gonna lie. This friend I have here named Joinae Gibson. I honor the Lord that her husband is much sweeter than she is because
thank God for him.
Listen to me.
He's
the balance. He's the balance because this woman of God
pray
right
for
here,
me.
she really from the streets.
Pray.
She really
pray
from
without
the streets.
ceasing.
Jessica said, I'll think about posting when our bundle of joy is about 6 months old.
6 years? You mean 6 years old?
Holy Ghost.
You've been walking, toddler. It's cool.
Shante says she's sorry for these men. Oh my gosh, Shante, happy anniversary to you and Listra.
Woo.
Shante and her husband are celebrating their anniversary today. So happy anniversary.
For me too.
Y'all. Happy anniversary. Oh, this is my good friend, Maxine Seymour. Max, I don't even know what your title is. You got to tell me what your title is because I don't want to be dishonorable. LOL, I just reached. I could tell I miss a special
You
edition.
miss it.
You miss it. This
you
is
miss
good.
it. You miss it.
This is really good. Anthony says, well, make sure that engagement private because people will post for you. Now, here's the thing. People post me all the time, though, Anthony. And I'm saying that very humbly. People post me all the time. But here's what I don't do.
I think for an engagement, you'll have special people there. And those people would know.
They'll understand. And then furthermore, too, when people... when people post me, I just don't add it to my profile. I mean,
I understand.
Standards high, beloved. Jesus, your husband. Mom, come get your husband.
Sir, I'm praying for you. I pray for you.
Come get your husband, please.
Where you come from, sir?
Oh my
Where you come
gosh.
from?
Yes, Shantae. And please give Lester my love as well. Oh Lord. Maxine's in my title is Maxine. Okay, Maxine. No problem. You my
Nice to meet you,
girl. I
Maxine.
love you. I love you. I love you. So yes, y'all. So here's the thing. I'm gonna start off like this, and then I know Joinae is gonna add to this. I'll start off like this. One of the signs that you know for sure, that okay, this guy is not single. Number one, look at the length of time it takes for this person to see you face to face.
That's good. I didn't think about that.
Allow, make sure you're the one who's in control when it comes to face time. Because we're in a society now, let's tell the truth, where most of us are meeting people on the internet. We're meeting people through other persons where like somebody says, oh, I want to hook you up with my friend, or I think you and this person should get to know one another. So you start talking on WhatsApp or iMessage or whatever, or Facebook or Instagram or DMs or whatever. And you're talking to that person, and monitor how quickly this person wants to see you face to face. Take note of that, because that is an indication, number one, whether or not they even have space for you in their life, whether they're single or not. Or number two, whether they actually trying to hide another life, whether or not they have availability. That's big. That's major, because the reality is, if you have somebody else, your time is not as available.
You're not as free.
You're not as free. So that's the first thing you need to know. You need to take note of, how does the time frame come about? Is there a delay because you delay for your safety? Or is there a delay because he's delaying? Because a man that truly wants you will not delay.
Agreed.
He will not delay. And if you set a standard to say there is a delay, he will nag you. He will push and he will press until he gets what he wants. If he sees a genuine man, a genuine real man who's focused, he will pursue you until he gets what he wants. And so if you set the delay and you notice that, like, okay, he really pushing it, then this is probably somebody that you could consider, taking things a little further with. The second thing is, if you are a woman who you have a bad memory, then you need to start writing things down.
Jesus.
You need to start writing things down, because one of the things that I am grateful to God for is that I have a really good memory and I remember things. I remember things. I am one of those people, I will recall our conversation word for word. If the conversation means something to me,
it depends.
I will recall. I would be able to tell you, no, this is what you said to me, and this is how you said it, and this is the exact wording that you use. Like, I am that person. Because I have this tendency to hold on to words, because I look to see, is there going to be a coinciding action with these words, especially if the words are words of passion and expression. No, I need to see some action connected to these words. And so I'm saying to my girlfriends, to our girlfriends out there, listen, if you ain't good with your memory, then you need to cover your phone, one little noting in your phone. When you're dating this person, you need to start writing down some stuff. You need to write down some stuff. This Darnell, this Cara mommy. Hey, Darnell. Say, at my age, I can hardly remember what I ate this morning. So you can eat one little notepad, mom. Mom, you can eat a little notepad. But no, you need to write down significant things. Write down how he speaks to you about his family members. I remember with this young man in particular, one of the things that attracted me to him was how he spoke about his late mother, because his mother had passed. And the way he spoke about her was with such reverence and such adoration and with such kind words, but also he was very quiet about it, because I could tell that the loss was still hurting him. So he was very delicate in how he approached the situation. But he spoke very highly of his mother, and I could tell that he had an excellent relationship with her. And I could tell that he took very good care of her as well, based upon how he talked about her. Not because he bragged about taking care of her, because he was able to give so much detail about her last days here on the earth. So I could tell that he took care of his mother. So take note of things like that. Like, take note of how they talk about their relationships with their coworkers. Like, how are they talking about that situation that happened to work, where they had a disagreement, or them and their supervisor didn't see eye to eye, or their friends. Take a note of that. Talk to them while they're driving at least once. You can need to know. You can need to know what you're getting yourself
Okay.
into, because some people just hide that road rage and you don't find it out till y'all on a date and y'all in the car together. And all of a sudden, you're trying to figure out there's a beast. And where did the beast come from?
Grand Theft Auto.
There's a beast. So you need to take note of like these little things. Like, what do you do when something frustrates you? What do you do when you're sad?
Oh,
What do you do when something catches you by surprise? Are you reactionary, or do you take time to process and respond? All of these things you need to be looking at. And I'm saying this from the perspective of a single woman. Joinae about to hit y'all with that married woman
oh no.
perspective.
I was gonna say you just finished everything. I ain't gotta touch anything.
But no, these are things that you need to be looking at. And the thing is, the Bible tells us to study to show ourselves approved,
Oh,
right?
I see.
And one of the things that I've learned, and I'm continuing to learn, is that like, if you're really interested in a person, you have to study them.
Right.
You have to study them. And even furthermore, if you value yourself as a woman, there should be some sort of standard that you have set within yourself that draws lines and boundaries when people are entering your life.
Agree.
And the only way those lines and boundaries can be drawn is if you are observant and intentional. It
Agree.
can't just be a free for all. This is not open season. It's not open season.
Preacher.
It's not open
You
season.
are right.
You
You are
know?
right.
And so you gotta kind of watch, that. And then this is just my personal perspective. If somebody cat calling you, seek, oi, it's probably not it. I just saying.
Okay.
Hey, sweetie, what you saying? No. I just saying.
Wait, what it is? Heaven must be missing
Look,
me.
girl, the things that have been said to me, some of them I can't even say on radio.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Like,
For all our safety, don't say it.
but no, who you scream? Sorry, pardon me. Who are you?
But then they're offended. Anyway, that's a different story.
you could be offended. Be as offended as you want to be.
I only have one,
Mm-hmm.
and this is really it for me.
Mm-hmm.
What time you reaching me?
Ooh.
If I'm not talking about you have a 9 to 5 and you can't use your phone at work. Okay, people always using your phone at work when they're not supposed to. But if you only can find me at 11 and 12 and thereafter, that's a problem. That's a problem because that tells me two things: you looking for something, or you have someone.
That's good, Joe.
That's it. And that I think that goes straight across the board, single, married, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how much time you make. Like you mentioned, how much time you make for me. I think there was someone in the comments who said, if you don't have time, you shouldn't be dating.
Yeah.
Because what you mentioned requires time.
Yes.
And
intentionality.
And then I think too, people don't take dating that serious. It's just a fun time. I just want to meet someone to have fun and get over, especially if someone, just passed away, or especially if something traumatic happened. And I just need someone just so that I could get rid of this pain or get this feeling off. And I don't need to pay attention to you. I don't need to study you because at the end of the day, not a lot of persons want to end up in marriage.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think that dating should be preparation for marriage.
Right, but that's the way this life is going, woman of God, that's not it. And I'm not saying that's what I believe. I'm just saying that based on observation, if you listen to people, I just dating because just it's fun. I need someone to go out with this weekend. I need someone to make me happy. I need someone to buy me things. Oh, Valentine's Day coming up, Christmas coming up. I need a gift, so I need to be in a relationship. And I've heard people, Christmas is coming. I need to be in a relationship at least by
people
October.
Do that.
Mericha, people do that. People said that to me. I need to be in a relationship October, so that doesn't seem like I'm just being thingsy by December, because December, I need my gift. And that goes back to my point about your value. You really settle in just for a Christmas gift. I mean, I
Wow.
love Christmas gifts, don't get me wrong.
I mean, you know.
But you could have all the Christmas gifts, all the anniversary gifts, all the birthday gifts if you just decide to dedicate yourself to this one person. But
Wow.
that's no longer priority in this generation, I think. And I stand to be corrected. But because people are so deceptive and because there are so many options now,
Yes.
because there are a lot of options, people just do what they want to do, have fun and move on.
Hmm.
You know, they say a lot of fish in the sea.
Yeah. I because group of scarce these days. Group of
A
scarce,
lot of fish in the sea.
and I think they growing that salmon in
Honestly,
one thing
yes.
in one tank.
Yes.
I don't think them salmon have no head.
Yes.
They ain't got no
Yes.
eye.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I believe you.
I really don't think so. Chelsea says, Mericha, that's when you press the ignore button because you're not talking to me. Listen to me. Don't seek, oi me. Don't do it. Or solid. I get that one a lot. Solid.
One Christmas gift
Could
could
result
result
in
in
a
a life of
lifetime of
pain.
pain. Mom, you said it. Oh my
I agree.
gosh.
I agree.
Stephanie says that is why we can't blame men for the way they are. We as women entertain the foolishness and feed
We
off
love
of
it.
it. We
We
love
love it.
it.
We love it.
We
Oh, he's
love
sick,
it.
sick. Oh, he think I look good. And
Maxine said they used the same strategy to vote.
Jesus,
My God.
it's a little tight.
She's right though. She's right. You buy that
Agreed.
washing machine, you get my vote.
Right, you get my vote.
It's crazy.
So then that means that it's a cultural thing.
It is. And that's what I was saying. I said that earlier that even the deception, this idea that monogamy is like the perception but not the reality is like such a common thread in Bahamian culture. It's deeply ingrained in our grandparents, our great grandparents, our great grandparents, and all of our ancestors. Like this idea that like I listen to stories and I listen to like especially when somebody dies, you start hearing all the stories about
Right.
the family.
Everything.
And I listen into the stories about like how family members of mine like they had a family in Nassau and then like a family in Andros and then like a family in Abaco and then like a family in Exuma because it's okay.
You helped me remember something. So I think I watched it in a movie. Forgive me. But to the married person that didn't know that her husband has another family, what do we say? What do we do? What is the red flag for that? Because as far as I'm concerned, me and you live together, we sleep together.
Is he really sick? Is he really just with you?
Right. That's really the question.
Ooh.
We need to get back at that. I was on my mind, but I forgot. People live in double lives.
Now you see that situation. I'll tell you this. I can't speak to it from a married perspective because I'm not married.
But Mericha, hold
but
on.
I can speak to it. I can speak to it from an observational perspective. In that, I'm sure my mom won't have an issue with me saying this. I was able to see it as a child, and then I was able to see it in the persons around me. And I will tell you this: I knew my mother ignored the signs because I watched her ignore them. As a child, I saw the signs and I watched her ignore them for the sake of her children. Number one. Number two, I observed it in some other persons who were close to me. One situation where there was no children and they were married to this individual. I watched them ignore it for their financial security. I watched them having full knowledge of who their husband was with.
Jesus.
And they were not financially secure enough to be away from their husband, and both of their parents were dead. And so I watched like this friend of mine stay with this man who was cheating on her because she was not financially secure to live on her own. And when I tell you that, like, to just see those
That's heavy.
women around me subject themselves to that kind of disrespect in some ways for their own sake and then for the sake of others. I would say this: I have the utmost respect for them, because I don't know if I could have stayed in a situation
Right.
like that, especially if it was concerning my children.
Right.
I don't know if I could have done that. I'd have been quick to go back to my mommy. Like,
Right.
I'd have been like, "Mommy, I bring in a children. Like,
Right.
make some space in the
But
house."
that's providing that the
But
person has that.
but that's providing that the person has that, because
Right.
then again, I told you I observed with the other person where that both of their parents were dead. So this is a situation where, like, she literally only had a husband. Her husband took her from the island and brought her here. So it was like,
Wow.
what do you do with the situation? And to be honest with you, like, this might probably seem like the most uninteresting, generic answer, but you got to go to God. You have to go to God,
I
because
agree.
here's the reality of this, and here's the truth of the matter. God is the one who instituted marriage.
Yes.
He's the one who said
Yes.
a man should leave his father and his mother, and the two become one flesh.
Yes.
I don't know how you and this person got together. I don't know if you went before a justice of the peace or if you went before a man of God. If you went up before a man of God, in more cases than one, the man of God would have made a statement: "Whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder."
Great.
And so, if you did it before a man of God and he declared, "Whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder," then you got to go back to God.
Okay. I can agree with that.
You have to go back to God concerning that. And then you also need to consider your own personal, like your personal value and worth. Like, that has to be a priority, because here's the thing: if you can look at this person that you're in a relationship with, that you're married to, and this person is disrespecting you, that means that your worth is not their priority. And
Wow.
love says what matters to you matters more than what matters to me.
Right.
So my worth as your wife should be worth more to you than your own
Right.
worth as
Right.
my husband,
Right.
because I'm the one who's
Right.
giving you value and
Right.
worth as
Right.
your wife.
Right.
So there is absolutely no way you are allowed to devalue me as my spouse. You're not allowed to do that. So if you cheating on me, that means that you're devaluing me. And now I have to question whether or not you have my best interest at heart.
Right.
And then that leads us to the conversation that needs to be had. If you cannot prioritize me, then we have a problem in this situation. And then we need to start talking about, okay, are you fighting for this marriage?
Right.
Are you fighting to stay with me? Or are you fighting for you to do whatever it is that you want to do? Because marriage is about sacrificing you for the benefit of the other person.
Daily.
You are dying to yourself to please that other individual. That's why Paul tell you, if you ain't into this, don't do it. Be single.
Be alone.
Because you literally die to who you are, and you say yes to that person, and vice versa. That person dies to themselves and they say yes to you. So to that end, you can't be, so you just out there doing whatever you want to do.
Not just out there doing whatever you want to do. You've created an entire family.
A whole other situation.
Somewhere else. And
it's the height of disrespect.
But my question
and dishonor.
But my question is, what are the red flags? What, like, I mean,
let's talk about the basic stuff. Like, not coming home on time.
Okay.
Like, just basic things to that. You calling them and you can't reach them. Why you can't answer my call?
Or you travel and then they travel and don't answer the phone.
Are you up on the plane?
Phone off.
And or your phone dead. Stop it. Your phone is not dead.
You forgot your charger.
You ain't forget nothing. I saw somebody post in one group on Facebook. I think it was 242 to know. Somebody posted post on Facebook saying, "Oh, my girlfriend just come back from Bimini. She didn't have her phone for 3 days. I finally hear from her." And I was like, "Oh, geez.
Wow.
Oh Lord.
These comments are good though."
Let's go. Yeah, let me go back up, because Latoya said something after Maxie, and she says it's a self-value that we really need to pay attention to. It would help to spot many red flags like pros. Yeah, we got
right. But I have a question on that, because when you mentioned that persons stay in their marriage for the sake of the children,
yeah,
and then the sake of finances. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, it still falls on your children, because that same curse.
Because it actually, and I could speak about it as a child. My standards were lowered. My standards was low.
Right.
Because I observed it and I was like,
Well,
well, I guess that's
this is
okay.
normal.
And
This
then
is
I
normal.
found myself in the situation not even knowing that I just like slid there.
Right. So
It was just okay. That's really desperate.
Jesus.
Jesus Lord. I felt that, Jesus. I
Right.
felt that people ignore for various reasons that benefit them. It's true.
Agreed.
Yet they are so unhappy and so disrespected.
Or they feel like they can't find no one else.
Yes. Deontay says in 2022, the other person isn't always a woman. Holy Ghost.
Jesus.
Lord God, the testimony.
Hurt my soul. Oh, so
Giselle says the testimonials of people that go through situations will blow your mind. It may not necessarily be a benefit, but but a reality of the life that they face. It's so true. It's still a journey designed for you to encounter God. Stephanie says that's really good. I don't know what was really good, but we honor the Lord. Abigail says if men would love their wives the way Christ loves the church, we would not have these issues. They don't want to give up anything, but they want everything. Maxine said this show needs to be a mandatory national lesson, like a prerequisite for dating and marriage. Everyone should listen. You two are making plenty sense, wise women. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Maxine. Girl, there are men who follow all the basic rules and are still committing adultery. I saw that. It's a no from me. You could never ever tell me your phone dead in a dating state. Imagine if I married.
Right.
I agree with you, Dish. I agree with you. Joinae, you really believe that women are wise in those situations, don't spot the red flags? That's hard for me to believe that they are that naive.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, well, what are the red flags?
Yeah.
What, like, why you ain't see?
Yeah, no, these are the older men, they made up the games, mom. They make up the games. You say even these older men playing games. No, they invented the game. They invented it. They just invented it without WhatsApp and Facebook. They with the phone with the dial when you're hanging, take it off the hook.
The long
these children can see that the parents are not together like that. Don't sleep on them. It's true because I saw it. I saw it as a child. I saw it. And I think that when it comes to marriage, I feel like it's another level of deception, because if you're married to this person, in most normal cases, you're living with this person. So this person is like deceiving you while living in the same space as you.
Yeah.
And that's like another level of deception. That's like, I feel like that's deception times 100.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like I said, just like monitor their behavior. I think something that I learned from Tyler Perry, I can't remember which one of his plays it was, but he talked about like how, I think it was a movie, and his wife was cheating on him. And he told his wife, like, how proud can you be? Like, I know what you like. I know what you don't like. I know why you wear certain things on certain days. Like,
I know this movie.
And he was like, and I watched you. He's like, I watched you. You started wearing different underwear to work.
This is the one where she ended up sick.
Yes.
Yes.
And like she was cheating on, and he was like, what you mean? Like, how do you think? How could you be so prideful to think that I would not know? Wow. And I think that that's what our marriages lack. That level of study and knowledge and dedication of your spouse, that the moment somebody else has their attention, you should know.
You can tell.
You should know.
You can tell.
You should know.
But that's providing that person
had your attention in the first place.
Okay.
I was staying in a marriage for the kids as well. One time ago, my last daughter told me it's hurting them more seeing me in pain.
Right. Children are traumatized.
Lord, Mish, why you doing this? How about them having 2 SIM cards in their phones?
They say they're businessmen. One is my business, but it's my personal.
Some women don't, because their husbands are doing everything that they should. They don't need. They don't see a need to be looking for signs. I don't know. I just, like I said, like Joinae mentioned, I think a part of it is that we don't do the studying in the beginning.
Right.
So you can't even notice a person's change in behavior if you don't even make a note of the initial behavioral pattern. Like, if you don't know my behavioral pattern, then you can't make note of a change. You can't.
That's a sign, woman of God.
Woman of God. Woman of God. Listen to me. Flesh and blood did not reveal this to you.
My God.
flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. Um, wow, that's a heavy statement. Men are awful cheaters, though. I ain't gonna lie. Listen to me. Listen
I
to me,
think some are really
Nesh.
good and some are
Nesh,
really
let me tell you
bad.
something. They suck. They suck at cheating. I agree with that. But I'll tell you this. I am terrified of a woman cheating. No, I am. I'm terrified of a woman cheating, Joinae, because of how we are made up as women. When we are healthy and whole emotionally, and or we are close to being healthy and whole emotionally, what it takes for us to cheat, it requires all of us,
Mm,
not just a portion of us. If we are like a healthy, whole, or partially healthy or whole woman, because the damaged woman who is not in touch with her emotions, who is broken, like I get it, I understand. Like you've been broken
right.
down, like
I
okay,
mean,
so this is, but even then, there's
yeah,
just
yeah.
something about us as women that demands emotional connection.
I
It
agree.
just demands that. So when a woman does it, is it's different. It's different.
That's how I
It's
feel.
different. The sad thing is when you do find out, you feel like your whole life was a lie. You don't know what
Right,
to believe.
right.
It's so true.
Wow.
You don't know what to believe. And it's scary too. Yeah, women should never stoop to that level. If a man is cheating, just walk away. You could never get even with a man. I definitely don't think that the goal should be to get even, period.
Agreed.
I listen, one of my favorite verses in the Bible. Actually, I have two of them. One, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. It's one of my favorite ones. And the
Yes.
next one, this is my favorite one. The kingdom suffereth violence, but the
My
violent
chest. Is this the hand? What is
take
the
it
hand motion going
violent.
on? What is the hand motion? Tell me
Take it
about
by
that.
force. Shando.
Snatch it
Ebo
back.
Shah.
Snatch
Take it
it.
by force. Y'all don't know what that means. That scripture means something to me.
Oh,
That means something to me. And what I am so grateful for is that scripture describes angelic beings as they are the assistants to the heirs of salvation.
mm.
I am a heir of salvation, and I have no problem sending an angel for your demon.
It's my hands lifted.
No problem. I didn't say send. Nah, hear what I said. I didn't say send an angel for a human.
No,
I
for your
said I
demon.
have no problem sending an angel for your demon. That is so true, Mericha. It takes a whole lot, but a woman lives mentally long before they live
Yeah.
physically, and that's very true. That's very true. Giselle said that means we snatch it back.
Snatch it back. Snatch
This
it.
say, listen, all the angels, listen to me. And I always remind people that when Satan left heaven, he left with a third, you know. So that means we always got him 2 to 1.
Okay.
And then if I decide to tell my girlfriend, but listen, she decide to let me borrow her angels for a
Okay.
second,
Send them.
then that means we got 4 angels to your 2 demons. We
I need you.
sicken the angels on you,
Wow.
on your
I'm gonna
demons.
use that. I'm gonna use
Yes,
that.
2 to 1. Listen,
We
2 to
don't apply our
1.
angels enough.
No, we don't. They's be on the bench. Take the angels off the bench in Jesus'
Right?
name.
Waiting to get in the game.
Waiting.
Waiting to get in the game.
And
Waiting for
we
you to
got
say
them on the
something.
bench. And we got
Wow.
them on the bench.
Wow.
All right, y'all. We passed our time. We got to get out of here.
This is so good.
This has been such a good show. So did we
That's
answer
why I
all the
say
questions?
war line.
Oh, Shando.
Don't have a war line then.
Oh, angels for days. And y'all, we gone through a whole show without giving out the text line and the call line. We so sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sincerely apologize.
Sorry.
We sincerely
Sorry
apologize.
about that. We got it for next time.
Next week we can
Next
be
time.
organized and better together, and we declare and decree in the name of Jesus that next week
Shando
Thursday will
Shatai.
be a smoother
EBBB.
and more peaceful day. Because if y'all know the day that me and Joinae had before we walked into the studio, y'all
Abigail, you onto something, man.
y'all would not even believe it. These are generational curses that needs to be dismantled and not passed down to your children.
You preaching.
Break the curse in Jesus' name. Like round up like 72 of them
72.
angels.
It's
Back it with God's name.
It's the even number for me. It's the even number. 72.
Oh my
You
gosh.
were specific. I love it.
I love it. This was an awesome inaugural show, y'all.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming, y'all. We do
Yes.
apologize that we took so long to get here. It was a lot to get here.
The war was great.
Listen,
The war was great.
when I hear people talk about warfare, I used to side eye them and I used to be like, the devil don't want nothing to do with you.
Right.
Right? But let me tell y'all something. This show, this show, up to the very last second before we came on,
right,
was warfare. No joke.
You know, it wasn't a warfare. Our beautiful cups.
Listen to me. So we definitely say thank you to Paper Clutch and BUTs. Check them out, y'all, on Facebook. Paper Clutch and BUTs.
That was the easiest task.
Yes, that was the easiest thing.
That was the easiest thing. Easiest.
Oh no. No. We got to be fair. We have to say a special thank you to the amazing, the one and only Mr. Daniel Gibson.
Oh, my husband.
Yes,
Thanks.
we have to say thank you to Daniel Gibson. People have been asking me, who took y'all photos?
Oh, wow.
Y'all photos look so amazing. And I've been telling people, my co-host, good husband.
Good
Husband. Good. My co-host, good baby daddy. And so we say thank you to Mr. Daniel Gibson for making us look so amazing.
And we had an amazing time.
And we had such a fun time.
That was fun.
With our photo shoot. And so, yes, we definitely have to say that next to these bottles, that photo shoot was definitely the easiest thing.
Honestly, when we showed that, even that was rough because that day was long.
Lord Jesus, it was.
But nevertheless, it was still.
You know, we honor the Lord. We honor the Lord. But just know that, like, we were determined. We were determined to do what it is that we know God has called us to do. And what I love about Joinae, I'll just celebrate her for a second, is that when I asked her to do this, she consulted God. She wasn't like, okay, yeah. She consulted God, and then she talked to her husband. Women.
Talk to the man them.
Because you like say things. And I saying y'all because I'm married. Y'all like say yes and you ain't talk to the man.
Right.
And so yes, Abigail, we know we're onto something good and we honor God for it. And it's truly humbling too. I always take opposition, Joinae, as a humbling experience for me because then I know I'm in the right path.
Right.
Friction.
We're doing something good.
That friction.
Something good.
That's always a sign that we're headed in the right direction. So listen, y'all.
We have a great audience today. I love y'all.
We appreciate
It's really
y'all.
good.
Yes.
It's really good. It's
yes.
really good.
Oh my gosh, this has been an amazing show. So we didn't do our preliminary conversation before the show started because we were trying to get started on time. So when we come back next week, we can have our back and forth where we start the show with like a little thing and then we end the show with like a little thing together and then we can really, really be together.
Yeah.
Love you too, Mom. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
We love you. We love you. Latoya says, excellent show, ladies. So many nuggets of wisdom. Thank you for your obedience.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
So listen, if it was just me, I would say get you some good girlfriends. Get you some good girlfriends. You need some. You need someone who can be the shoulder for you to lean on, to cry on, that iron that sharpens iron. You need to listen. You need to find your tribe. You need them girls. You need those women around you, and some men too. Because sometimes our perspective could be a little distorted as women. So you might need a little male friend every now and then to tell you, no, that ain't no good. But while we are out there getting these girlfriends, don't forget to be that girlfriend.
Yes.
Don't forget to be the shoulder that somebody can lean on. Don't forget to be the shoulder that somebody can cry on, and don't forget that you have a responsibility to sharpen your sister to make her better. And let's just be there for one another.
I think I'm that girlfriend.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Me?
Yeah, definitely are. You definitely are. Listen, coming up next on Girl Talk, I'll let you talk, Joe. Tell them what's coming up next.
I don't know what's coming on next.
Why
you putting me like on sports like
I put it up there.
Just talking like we do this.
We did.
Okay, coming up next on Girl Talk, we're doing Underneath I'm a Hurting Little Girl. # I want my daddy. So next week is going to be amazing. I want you guys to tune in. Keep it locked. 4 p.m. We're going to be on time.
Yes, we are.
And we need you to stay on.
Yes.
And invite, share, like, comment, everything. We need your opinion. This is something that we really need to touch.
Yeah, we really need to touch. And then the week after that, this one.
Adjust my crown. Don't just tell me it's leaning.
We like talk. We too like gossip. Just talking about people. Just help me fix it.
Help me fix it.
My zipper on. Zip up my zipper, man.
Zip it up. If my lipstick is on my teeth, tell me.
Tell me. And if I have broccoli on my teeth, tell me too.
Tell me.
Like, tell me.
Tell me. I'm looking forward to next week, honestly. Can we do this one again?
Just do it over.
Not over, but more like an extension. because a lot of things we didn't really get to really dive into.
No, but guess what? We got 2 additional show topics out of today. So I think we good.
Okay. I want to do this again. when we do the extra thing, I can bring this back up.
Bring it back up. Bring it back up. Oh my gosh. I hear you, Abigail.
Yes.
I hear you, Abigail. It's true. It's hard to find, and I understand why your circle is small. But here's the thing, you got us now. You stuck with us.
Right.
So we like your sisters from far away.
That's it.
So we got you. All right, y'all. It's been an amazing time. We got to get out of here. Joe got to go to church. I got a 6:00 meeting. We got a lot of stuff going on. It's been an amazing time, an amazing show. We can see y'all next week.
Next week,
same time, same place for more Girl Talk, y'all. Have an amazing, glory-filled Thursday. Find a tribe.